If you've spent enough time on the trail, then you have broken some parts. Probably look like this.
I'll just fight it.
Recently, we've had a string of trail repairs we've had to do, and it's highlighted some deficiencies in my kit. So let's start there. My first mistake was that I bought this because it fit well in the drawers, not because it made the most sense. Beyond that, there's been several tools that I've never once used that are in this box, and several other tools that I've had to constantly borrow. Useless. This is the toolkit. These are the things that are always there. This and this 35mm socket that comes out of my home kit have to be added before a trip. Now, before we get into what's in that kit, I think it's important to start with some baseline numbers. For example, how much does it weigh? 35 pounds. Not only was this a pain to open in the bed, most of these tools are kind of rusty and old. I've got an entire set of standard sockets in here. They're all chrome. You may not know this. There are no standard bolts on a Tacoma. When we put this kit together, it was either the cheapest stuff we could find. What use for this tiny adjustable wrench is there in that kit? Or 3/4 of a tiny no-name brand Allen key set, right? There was no thought put into that, and there's no real quality. So going into the new build, the thought process is, if we're stuck on a trail, some big parts have broken, and we need to fix them. Is that when you want the only 19mm wrench in your kit to break? This is the stuff that's gonna get you home. Don't go with the cheapest Amazon thing you can find. We're building a kit for our rig specifically. I'm not here to repair everybody else's trucks. I need to fix mine. So we're going into this focused on a Toyota Tacoma and a Lexus GX 460. So what's the process to figuring out the toolkit for you? The lower shock bolt nut side, deep well 21. So this is that tedious part that I was talking about. We're gonna go through all of the major components that we might repair on a trail and test the bolts. And what we're looking for there is, we're building a list of necessities. So I just told Daisy, she's writing a list over here. The lower shock mount, this side, the thread, the bolt side where the nut is, needs a deep well. Everything that is a nut side will need a deep well. The other side, the bolt side, can get away with either a wrench or a shallow. We're gonna build this list. If there are no bolt heads that need a 21, then I won't pack a shallow 21. We'll just use a wrench. So what components am I gonna check? We're gonna check suspension mounts, ball joint, tie rods, upper ball joint, brakes, control arms, wheels, including any lug nut adapter if you have one, CV axle, where it mounts into the hub, winch mounting, bumper mounting, any accessories that we've got, to include tents, awnings, racks, skid plates, rock sliders, rear bumpers, rear suspension, the drive line, and also any common engine repairs. All right. We're all done, and I've got a list. So we broke this down into a few categories. We got ratchets and sockets, wrenches, hand tools, electrical, kinetic, and miscellaneous. So I bought this tool roll on Amazon. I chose it because it's wider than most, and it has lots of pouches. We have all of our tools, and we got them from a few spots. So let's talk about that. Our hand tools, which I think are the most important, came from Sunex. And then we filled in some tool gaps from Harbor Freight, and then the rest of it from Amazon. And there we go. This looks like a lot, and it is. But let's talk about that too. The first, and like I said, the most important, are the hand tools. And I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of tools, and there's no way you're fitting that in the bag. Sunex, one of the things I love about them is they say they have lots of sets, but almost everything in their set they sell individually. So my decision was to go with sets where possible or where it kind of made sense. Anything extra, I'm just gonna add into the toolkit here in the garage, because SunX Tools, it's an American company, and they all have a lifetime warranty. I can trust these on the trail or in the house. Also, we've got 2 rigs, because the goal is eventually to build 2 identical kits, one for the truck and one for the Lexus. So anywhere where there are duplicates, we'll go ahead and set those aside for the Lexus kit. And let's be honest, some of these, like this new plier set, comes in a sweet EVA foam storage tray. Makes me not want to put it in the truck and just keep it in the drawer. But we got them for a reason. I'm gonna stick to my guns. As tempting as it is for me to roll around like Scrooge McDuck in my pile of tools, now Daisy and I are gonna take that checklist that I made that you saw earlier, and we're gonna open all this up, and we're gonna sort out what's on the list and try to make it fit. All right, we've sorted this all out. Some of this I think we're gonna end up not putting in the roll. Something else I didn't mention, I forgot, that I like about these SunX tools is, unlike a lot of kits, these are for professionals. So none of these kits skip any sizes. A lot of times it's hard to find a no skip tool set. We've got everything kind of broken up by sections, and I'm gonna see if it's all gonna fit. Fingers crossed. My hope is to keep each of these sections separate in their own pouches if possible. I think I've got more pouches than I do categories. So how should I split these up, wife?
I think that you should, before you physically put things in pouches, maybe separate it into the amount of patches you have visually. Okay, go ahead, let's do it.
See, she knows that I'm stubborn. And she's like, okay, dummy, do it twice. And I'm like, I will do it twice.
It's not much stuff, so there'll be more room. So what's something else that you're comfortable pairing up with electrical?
Maybe some of our miscellaneous stuff could go with electrical, like, she's like, you're doing that thing again. Where I said, don't just put stuff in pouches, but plan it out. And I'm like, yeah, okay. We talked about sockets and wrenches and how to pick the ones that you need. But I didn't talk about all of the other things. So let's get into those. We'll start at the bottom. So this is mostly electrical stuff. A pair of wire strippers and crimpers. We've got our multi-tool, and I'm familiar with multi-tools, but I don't know everything. So I'm including the instruction manual with it in my bag. I've just got a small little collection of crimps and connectors. That may change, I may add to that. Roll of black tape, headlamp. This is a rechargeable headlamp. So this is our electrical stuff. All right, this is kind of a mixed bag. Got screwdrivers, not a bunch. I've seen several toolkits that have a whole bunch of screwdrivers, and there just aren't that many uses for them on our trucks. So I've got a full-length Phillips, a full-length flathead, and a stubby Phillips. Our SunX pry bar. I'm a big fan of this style pry bar. It looks like a big screwdriver with a lever on one end, but this style is multi-purpose. I can pry things, but it also gives me an alignment tool for getting bolts together. So I like that it's not a single-use item. Got a couple of just wire brushes for cleaning connections, or if we had to, got a brass one, if we had to reseal something, we can clean a seal off, gaskets off with that. 10 points if you know what this is, or if you've used one. This is a valve stem puller, paint pen, marking bolts, a magnet tool. These are super useful. A center punch, a punch and a chisel, and got a little utility knife. All right, next, third up. These are pliers and, grippy things. Slip joint pliers from our Sun X kit. Good pair of needle nose. Nice pair of cutters, nippers. What do you call these?
A few moments later.
Looks like people just call these cutters. I don't know, nipper. I like nipper. That's what I'm going with. Pair of S-jaw slip pliers here. You press that. These are great for your tie rods. It's not a vice grip. Vice grip's a brand. These are locking pliers. Got to have you a nice set of snap ring pliers. These also come with the little kit adapters for different styles. And then lastly, this is for band clamps like you'd find on your CV axle or your tie rods, but these are side clamps. Those tight areas where you can't get in, like the boot on your tie rod, you can slide these in there and clamp that. Got our wrenches in here. These are either weird big sockets, specialty sockets like our Torx bits, adapters, extensions, regular sockets, and our wrench. And here at the top, the most exciting pouch. All right, we got just a couple of our latex gloves, our mechanics gloves, and assorted zip ties. I got some little ones, I got some big ones, a little bit for everybody. The last little things that don't fit in the bag are for a reason. Get this out of the way first. Just a handful of basic red shop towels. Even if these would fit in the bag, I think I'd keep them out because there's a million uses for these that aren't when you need tools. And then also not in the bag, we've got 2 hammers. I've got a 32-ounce ball peen hammer for when something needs a little kinetic recalibration. And then we've got a 32-ounce dead blow hammer when it also needs kinetic recalibration, but maybe you don't want to bend it or break it or mar it up. If you have luck like us and twice in a year you end up doing a string alignment in a parking lot, tape measure might come in handy. And then the last thing, I was gonna put this in the kit. This is a ARB tire repair kit. But once I really started looking at the contents, the only thing that was not really that useful was the needle nose pliers and the tire pressure tool. And at that point, it's because we've got lots of plugs. These tools are nice and sturdy and metal. It's not plastic. It has stem tools. So anyway, once you take all of this out of here, first of all, it's taking up a lot of space. And it's kind of nice just having this all together. If I'm doing a tire repair, all my tire repair stuff is here. I can just grab this. Speaking to the microphone. While I get confused by straps.
I was very interested to find out how big this was once it was full of tools, once you roll it up, and also just the weight overall.
Yeah, because
just carrying this out of the truck.
There are more tools in this than there was.
What was it that we started at?
35 pounds.
It is a little heavy, but it's easy to hold.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that weighs, but...
Well, let's find out. How much does it weigh? We're only 1.4 pounds heavier. That's crazy. And there it is. Yes, this is 1.4 pounds heavier for my already overloaded truck. But this is a kit that I feel very confident in. We are far more capable now.
We got to go put it in the drawer because you have a bit of a very specific liking of how you like things to fit in there. And it might do some wiggle jiggles that you're not down with.
We don't want wiggle jiggles. So let's go take a look. I totally forgot to mention, all of the sockets that we purchased and the wrench are 1/2-inch drive. And this is another way of trying to be more efficient. My impact gun, which is the only piece we didn't buy new for this video, is 1/2-inch drive. So the goal is not to, if everything is built around using on that impact gun, we don't need like a 1/4-inch drive, a 3/8 drive, and a 1/2-inch. Everything, with the exception of the spark plug socket, is 1/2-inch drive. We already had that, and that's such an expensive purchase. That's the one piece that continually, that comes and goes. It goes with us, but when we come back home, it goes back in the garage. In the past, to make things work, I had to remove this, like keep them separate. Let's see how it works without doing that. All right, we'll try it flat. I'm gonna fold these over, stuck them there. Oh, this is so much more space efficient too. This is way better and easier to get. It's not a toy box of miscellaneous components. All right, that's it. Our toolkit is assembled, it is loaded, and I feel great about it. Now it's your turn. Put your kit together, tag us, comment down below, reach out on Instagram or Facebook, show me your setup. Looking forward to seeing you guys out on the trail, hopefully not using these tools. Until next time, get out and explore.